Hi, welcome to our garden. I was preparing the area here to plant some things because the soil is much better in this part of the garden, in this spot anyway. And I accidentally injured this hazel young tree. It had another branch going up. So what I'm going to do, you might think it's drastic, but it's actually going to help this tree. I'm gonna cut somewhere around here, and that's going to encourage the roots to send energy upwards, and then the tree will form multiple branches. So you can see here, I don't want to leave it like this. I could leave it, but since it's such a nice day out, it's nice to do some things in the garden. I'm gonna have a look, but yeah, probably I'm gonna cut it here. We already have these small branches here forming. I could also copy it all the way down, and that's gonna send energy and encourage branches to form here from the base, but I'm concerned because of all this grass here, it might make it difficult to see this area, so I'm just gonna cut it here, and we'll see how that works out. I'm gonna cut at an angle. So when the rain falls, it drips easily. It doesn't sit on it. So you can see what I mean. It's basically almost invisible in the landscape, but I know it's here, and it helps me that it's a little bit higher off the ground. Please, I won't forget about it. Maybe I'll do an update video later on in the season to see how much it grew. And we also have this hazel, which grew from a seed I planted a couple of seeds there, and a few sprouted. This is the tallest of them. I formed it a little bit, I pruned it a little bit, but not too much. Just this year I did a little bit more by pruning the ends and trying to form it a bit. I left it to grow quite wildly just to see what it can do. But normally I would recommend pruning them quite low and forming them as a bush rather than a one-stemmed tree. It will have more airflow in the middle if it has lateral branches rather than just one vertical stem. But you can see how thick this is. It's like a proper tree now. It's so beautiful to see. And there's a few smaller ones which came sprouted out later, like the next year after this one. Oh, I just love it. And here we also have the plum tree, which bloomed properly this year. Maybe, just maybe, we'll enjoy a few Mirabelle de Nancy plums. I would love to find out how they taste. They're supposed to taste very nice. Yeah, you can see this is a proper tree as well. This was planted from a young tree, so it makes sense it's taller and thicker at the trunk. I had to protect it here because the deer had a go at it scratching themselves and peeling the bark, but thankfully recovered. So you can see here trying to form, so in the middle it has more airflow and it's not as congested. It has like lateral branches. That's kind of how the hazels would grow, except they would start from the base, not have this long trunk. Daffodils are blooming. Also also have elephant garlic right here. I'm gonna probably plant more onions around here. And look how beautiful the sun shines on the honeyberry bush, just starting to leaf out and make blooms as well. They're in bud now. Lots of beautiful things going on in the garden. Lots of nettles. I've been using these to make nettle soup, stinging nettle soup. The last of the snowdrops for this year. They've been blooming for a really long time. This is the repurposed bathtub, which is filled with hazel saplings and strawberries, rendezvous variety. I'm gonna leave these hazel saplings to grow for another year. They should be pretty well developed at the end of 2026. And here we have the air from boxes, which this year I'm gonna use to grow strawberries in. I'm going to have to transplant the hazel saplings and plant them somewhere in the garden. Keep them held in the soil until they all fall out. I have a few more here, but some of them are going to remain in the garden because they're quite smaller. So but yeah, I have to prepare the area to plant lots of strawberries. The soil is really good in here. Here we have lots of tulips sprouting, coming out, garden chives there, the peach tree, the persimmon, white versatile currant. I'm going to plant onions as well. Still have lots to work out in here. Here we have the spring, which came out in front of the house. This year I might put some of the larger rocks we have piled on there around here, just to make it look a bit nicer, because at the moment it's just a puddle. And here we have the area I'm most excited about, because here I'm going to plant blueberries, some strawberries, and rhubarb perhaps, but mostly it's going to be a small blueberry orchard. I already placed the wood chips, preparing the area just so when I receive the plants, the bushes, or I'll make it easier to plant straight away, because I'll have like 500 strawberry plants to sort out in that time frame. So yeah, lots to be done. Here I've planted recently 2 all gold raspberry canes. These are a yellow variety. Hopefully they'll do well here. I had a red one planted, rotted, didn't do very well. Hopefully these ones, they're better developed, so we'll see. So many birds singing. Anyway, this is what I wanted to show you for now. Thank you for watching. Take care. The book is almost ready, in case you're wondering. Some more things coming to life, or waking up really, because they're not dead. They're very much alive, just asleep underneath the wood chips. Oh, I'll show you the rhubarb. Here is the experiment I did. So we have a young rhubarb plant. Ooh, I almost broke it. I did this experiment to encourage the rhubarb, and it's going well. It's a young plant. I thought it died. We planted it last year and didn't do so well. I broke the stem last year, and I thought I killed it, but the roots survived. So I'm gonna let it. We won't harvest this, hopefully. We'll leave it alone, and it will develop even more this year. Maybe next year or 2 years time I'll harvest some rhubarb. But yeah, it's supposed to encourage the plant if we cover it, and it did. Here we have some tulips coming out by the blueberry bush there.